get low when the whistle goes.
Alright, let's start off with Thorn. Thorn is a very fast rate of fire, medium impact sort of hand cannon. And its first perk is Final Round, which the last round of the magazine deals bonus damage, and its unique perk is Mark of the Devourer. And rounds pierce targets and cause lingering damage over time. So basically you can burn enemies and see where they're going through walls, and I actually personally like this perk a lot because my whole Osiris build is built around burning. And yeah, three middle perks are Snapshot, Send It, and Perfect Balance. I tend to go for Perfect Balance. Snapshot is a very good choice as well. I just like the very low recoil, so I can pop off shots really quick, and it's got Accurized Ballistics, Field Choke, and Aggressive Ballistics. Again, I go for Accurized Ballistics because it's good balance of everything. Yeah, so the recoil pattern on Thorn, if we're looking here, it's got a up and to the right kick. With that Perfect Balance, it's not that much of a kick at all. As you see, all the shots are pretty much in close proximity. All I have to do is that first bullet kick right there. Next off, let's look at the last word. And the last word, compared to Thorn, a lot of people like the last word because of its rate of fire, but it's pretty much got the same rate of fire as Thorn, so I personally prefer Thorn in Crucible. But let's look at the last word. So Thorn's perks are Hip Fire, which this bonus has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip. And its unique perk is Last Word, bonus damage and stability, extra precision damage when firing from the hip. And I personally don't really fire from the hip that often, so I do not like the last word whatsoever. I always aim in with my guns, so I know I'm getting like that headshot or whatever. And its three middle perks are Single Point Sling, High Caliber Rounds, and Perfect Balance. Again, I like the Perfect Balance because I can pop off shots in rapid succession and not have to worry about the recoil. Its first column is Soft Ballistics, Smart Drift Control, and Aggressive Ballistics. And again, I go with Smart Drift Control because it gives me the highest stability. And with this gun, you're definitely going to want stability. So let's look at the recoil pattern on the last word. And it's got a straight up recoil pattern. So it's going to take a lot of compensation even with the Smart Drift Control and Perfect Balance. So this gun can actually fire in full auto, which a lot of people like because it's a full auto hand cannon and it's a lot easier to use. Yeah, I personally prefer Thorn because it's got the same rate of fire and it burns enemies, so you can see them through walls. Alright, let's look at Hawkmoon next, compared to Last Word. That's the stats. Hawkmoon does actually have the highest ammo capacity out of the three of them, except its ammo capacity does not go well with its perks, because its perks are Luck in the Chamber, where one random bullet in the magazine causes considerable bonus damage, and Holding Aces, where two more random bullets in your magazine deal considerable bonus damage. And usually if you have guns that have Luck in the Chamber, you want to have like low ammo capacity so you know you're like guaranteed to get it in one of those few shots. This one has a high ammo capacity, and yeah, that's why I don't really like it so much. So this middle column is Hammer Forged, Quick Draw, and Speed Reload. And you're going to want to go with Speed Reload on this because it's got a very slow reload, and in Crucible you are going to die while reloading lots of times if you are not using Speed Reload. And the other two aren't even really that good because you're not going to really need those in Crucible that often. But its first column is Accurized Ballistics, Field Choke, and Aggressive Ballistics. Again, I go with Aggressive Ballistics because I like the stability bonus and it allows me to just get easy headshots. So yeah, let's compare it to Thorn. There's the stat comparison. And now let's look at its recoil pattern. So it's sort of like fires off a few, jumps, fires off a few, jumps, fires off a few, jumps. That's sort of the pattern of the Hawkmoon. And it's an up and to the right recoil pattern, so it's pretty easy to manage. The easiest recoil pattern to manage out of all three hand cannons is the Thorn, however. So That's why I prefer that one. Alright, so let's talk about how these guns perform in Crucible. First off, let's talk about Thorn. If you're using the Thorn build that I showed earlier, you will be doing 81 damage to the head and 54 damage to the body at maximum range. And that range that I just showed in that kill right there is probably the maximum range that you will be fighting for that maximum damage at. So anything further than that, you will be doing reduced damage, which I will show in a later clip. The reason why I like Thorn so much is because it actually does burn the enemies, and as you can see right here, you can see where they go through walls, and my whole role in Crucible is based off of burning, so if you don't in fact kill the enemy with the first few shots, they can burn to death, and with Thorn it is a 2-bullet headshot, so if you get both those headshots, you can just run away because the enemy will burn to death, and that's the reason why I like it so much. As you'll see in this next clip, I actually do show what the maximum range does look like for Thorn. So if they are standing in that same place that they were just standing where we killed them before, and we come around this way and shoot them from right here, you'll be doing around 53 to the body and 76 to the head. And so this is the maximum range that Thorn will be doing the highest damage you can possibly do for it. So anything further than this, you just want to back out from that fight. Alright, so let's talk about the last word now. So the last word actually has the shortest range out of all the three in this showdown, and as you can see right there, I just hit a 51 to the head, and the last word's maximum damage is actually 77 to the head, so that's a pretty significant drop down from its maximum damage, and it does 51 to the body, so the last word is a 2 hit to the head and 1 hit to the body kill, but its range is very short, and anything further than where I just killed that guy in right there, you do not want to be fighting with the last word. You want to switch to something else or just back off. The reason why a lot of people like the last word is because it does have a fast rate of fire, but its rate of fire, as I said earlier, is the same as Thorn's, and I actually do not take use of the last word's unique perks, which give it bonus damage while hip firing, so that's why I actually choose not to use the last word ever. Alright, so last but not least, let's talk about Hawkmoon. Hawkmoon is a PlayStation exclusive exotic, so sorry for you Xbox users, you guys will have to wait just a bit to get your hands on one of these, but when you do, you guys will be very excited because this gun is amazing. And Hawkmoon's unique perk does give it 3 random bullets in the chamber, giving it bonus damage, and so sadly I didn't get any clips with me getting bonus damage with Hawkmoon. But Hawkmoon deals 94 damage to the head normally and 63 damage to the body normally. It is a 3-bullet headshot without any bonus damage shots, but if one of those shots are bonus damage, it is only a 2-bullet kill. Alright, so after reviewing all 3 hand cannons, now it's up to you guys to leave a comment in the comment section below, letting me know which one you guys prefer to use the most, or which one you guys think is the best. Also, do let me know if I changed your mind in any way. Other than that, let me know if you have any comments or suggestions, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and look around next week for the next showdown.